Good morning. Oh, it's chilly. It's 35 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Just above freezing. And last night it was, man, that moon is bright. Even a half moon.
Yeah.
It sure is bright. And it's funny because you can see all the dirt all throughout the time lapse. We got some cool shots as well. You could actually see the stars, and you could see the whole Milky Way, and you could follow it up, and the Milky Way in the center, you know, not the brightest, and then you get over here, and you're like, okay, there's gonna be some beautiful stars. And you have a cluster of stars, but it's not like the other end of the Milky Way. You know, I don't know much about astronomy, so
We did download a cool app though.
We did. And then these apps will say, oh yeah, this is Aquarius and this is Sagittarius and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't care about any of that. Like, just show me where the damn Milky Way is, but we figured
Well, what's cool is you can give it your location and then like hold your phone up to the sky and it'll show you exactly what's what right where you are.
as you're moving around. But what we actually found is that south is right that way, and south is where the Milky Way is. So tonight we'll try a different time lapse, I think, and I don't know, these are kind of fun. I think they're fun. They're sort of neat. But Emma, it's getting down into like the 50s last night after being in the 60s and 70s yesterday, and she's like, oh, I can't handle this. I'm like, you're wearing a hoodie. Shut up.
I was promised 70-degree weather all the time.
She was not. That is not a fact. We are going to a beautiful national park today.
Bryce Canyon.
Let's go check it out. We've made it to Bryce Canyon National Park, and definitely a lot more populated than the last three,
Yeah.
I'd say, like already from the entrance. All right, and their visitor center is open because thank you, Utah. All right.
It would be a big damper if these visitor centers weren't open for us.
We have learned so much here. This is hilarious. First thing, who do you love? Okay, we'll talk about that, because what the hell is a hoodoo? Find out. I usually don't like to show the visitor center. I think it's just something you have to experience on your own, and there's a lot of great information. But this is interesting because here on this map, and pretty well representative, this is the Grand Canyon over there.
Is Zion over here.
And then Bryce Canyon National Park is right over here. I didn't realize how close we are and how similar all of these lands are.
And this is all considered the Grand Staircase, so Bryce Canyon's at the top.
Yeah, the Grand Staircase, which some of you guys might have heard of. I've never heard of this. But it's also quite interesting that there's all kind of a similar, right, the tectonic plates shifting, it's a lot of the same or similar materials, but it all displays quite differently, right? We have hoodoos here, the little shooting deals. But then the Grand Canyon is just this massive sweeping canyon, right? One of the great wonders of the world. Very fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
All right, time to nerd out about some solar stuff. So those are actually solar arrays, and they're not typical solar arrays, and I've actually never seen something like this in person, which is really cool. So you have all of this information for those that are kind of just walking by. We had asked because we know that the Needles part of Canyonlands is still currently off-grid. There's nothing going on there. It's all generator, right? But they are installing a solar array. We know that Arches is actually on-grid for Moab, the city of Moab right there. Here at Bryce Canyon, they are technically on grid, but they also have this array. And this is quite interesting because if you look at how thick these things are, and we'll get into the function, but the most interesting thing is that these are not a typical photovoltaic array. So apparently this can push out to, operates at 140 kilowatts per hour and peaks at 150 kilowatts per hour, which is amazing. However, part of the reason that they are so efficient relative to other photovoltaic arrays is because they actually use a Fresnel lens on the top, which is amazing. They have a set of mirrors, which you might be able to kind of make out right there. So they have a set of mirrors, and then they have the actual photovoltaic cell behind that capturing that light. So you're capturing light from all around. But what happens when you concentrate light? You get a lot of heat, and so behind those, and you can still see some of that under there, it's all a big metal construction, and there's heat sinks. So you have a lot of like heat fins. It's a very fascinating thing. So there are 5,040 individual solar connection cells is what they say, which, yeah, so the sunlight enters each cell through a Fresnel lens commonly used in lighthouses to focus light onto a beam, which concentrates sunlight through a reflector chamber onto a tiny triple junction photovoltaic chip, which is really, really cool. And on the sides, you can actually see, I imagine that they have active cooling, and so they're gonna pull a lot of that air through these chambers. Now, here's the thing about all of this, right, is this is really neat, and it's still, because you can see that they are stationary at, you know, about flat, which they would have to be. And the cool thing about the Fresnel lens, of course, is that it's gathering light from everywhere. Very efficient, even in the winter. And actually, these would be extraordinarily efficient in the winter, because when there's cold and you have reflected light and all that good stuff, it's just going to increase your voltage. It's a really cool thing that happens. However, this is all a massive system that is supposed to track the sun, and it doesn't. It has been broken for a few years now. I don't know how many years, but actually this is kind of a common theme here that we've seen with all of these types of systems that are supposed to track the sun. And we also have observed the same phenomena where these systems just break for one reason or another, you know, because moving parts are susceptible to damage, I'm sure, from like ice and then, you know, thawing and ice and thawing, which is actually a theme out here in Bryce Canyon. So this is kind of interesting because you can see this is a Solus 2, and this is supposed to track the sun. It's sort of facing the wrong way here. I assume this whole system is just disabled, but at least they were able to get it to this point. I love this idea, but this is part of the reason why we would never use a mechanical actuator to tilt our panels, although I'm not saying anybody shouldn't, but it's for this very fact that these things do break. But we're simple people. We'll just gather the sun that we can gather and just try to park in the best way. I am glad that it still is working. You know, it's still, the photovoltaic still provides power to the grid, and they get credits for that energy used. They're not completely off grid here. But this is the first time I've actually seen this system set up with Fresnel lenses, and we've had that idea in the past, and we've also had some experiments to do in the future. We'll be doing something like that, but I thought you guys might enjoy this. I thought this was really cool, and I was really surprised to see there was even a ranger who actually knew a little bit about this. It's very fun.
Do you think you'll like solar? I can't tell.
All right, we're gonna run through the campground here first. A-loop is RVs only, so no tents here. But we're going to take a hike, and I think we might be able to park just outside of one of these campgrounds. So let's see what kind of amenities they have here. And this looks a lot larger than any of the other campgrounds we've seen. And there's actually 2 campgrounds. I think this one, does this one close in the winter?
No, the other one does, I think.
Yeah, the one little
Only
farther...
Loop A is open in the winter, and I think we're considered winter months right now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think.
Some close like October 31st, some, yeah.
I think this park was October 18th. Was when they started closing stuff. When the shuttle closed, they kind of think they called that winter.
Oh, there's one of those Intex. Oh, right. Oh, look at that. The colors on that Rebel there are really cute. Really nice colors. It does appear to be one of those things that you'd mostly be able to get level. You probably want to bring some leveling blocks or leveling chalks or, you know, whatnot. But you can see there's a massive tiffin in here, which is cool. And this is an example of, you know, if you go campground to campground or you stay in, you know, not crazy places, I mean, got a lot of comfort there. But yeah, they have rigs of all size here and mostly level. Yeah, I think you'd have a good time here.
Yeah.
For sure. You'd also have, I think, of the ones that we've seen, I bet you'd have an easier time getting a spot here because of the quantity of sites.
Yeah. I would agree, yeah.
Oh, this loop right here looks pretty nice. A little bit more hilly. Oh, there are 2 Volkswagen vans here. Okay, I guess we gotta turn around. We were going to go down there and park, but no dice.
I think you can go through.
You get a good workout with a non-electric bike, but the electric bike would be nice as well. A lot of vans here, a lot of smaller rigs. This is what, B-loop?
B-loop, yep.
Yeah, you're not bringing a big motorhome through here, so something, or a fifth wheel. And funny enough, we haven't seen a whole lot of fifth wheels out here.
We haven't, no.
In any of these.
Trailers and vans, a lot of.
What is that sucker? Is that
Some
Ember?
Classies.
Yeah.
Yeah, never.
Look, they got a solar rack on the top of their truck. They got no solar. What are you doing? They actually do have dump stations here, and they have dumpsters, so trash facilities. So if you need it, they have it here. So this is definitely a more comfortable, maybe even more urban facility here. All right, we will be starting our hike off at Sunrise Point out here, and I see a bunch of ponies over here. We gotta say hi. It looks like you can go horseback out here, which is really neat. Look at these beautiful creatures. Oh, look at these beautiful, look at this guy. Very attentive. Can I say hi? Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, oh, you guys are stinky, aren't you? What was that? Did I say hi? Oh, such big creatures. Ooh. And they're all tacked up and ready for a ride. Oh, hello. Oh, oh, hello. Nope, nope. Keep getting the magnets caught. No. Oh, are we getting rejected right now? Here. Yes. Oh, you want, they just want some, they want hay is what it is. Look at that pretty white guy. Look at that. And this one. You guys are all so pretty, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, this is a big horse. Mm-hmm. You're a big guy, aren't you? Oh, and the sweetest. Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, I part you now. Yes. Wow. You know, I bet you that explains the smell.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, if we were to do any sort of attraction or, you know, anything like that, what a cool way to see the canyons and such. Oh, that's neat. Oh man, this one, very calm, very, very sure. Getting excited for a nice canyon walk here.
Well, they probably get a lot of exercise in the summers and the spring, and they probably get a lot less now in the end of fall, winter.
Yeah, probably. You are just so soft. I love their little mohawks. What is it? They call it the mane, but look at little mohawks.
They cut their mane short, yeah.
They sure do. Wonder why. Some of them still have a long mane, but I feel like we would be good friends. Yeah, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? Yeah, yeah. I like you. Whoa. Oh, wow. Look at those colors. This is maybe a couple 100 feet from the parking area here. A word of warning though. We are at much higher elevations here, above 7,700 feet. This is something. Oh, whoa. Pink, orange, red. Kind of gray, white. Oh man. So those things that are sticking up are called hoodoos. Why are they called hoodoos, you ask? So it turns out, I guess the Paiute people would call it hoodoo. And they thought that it was basically like bad spirits or people that did bad things, their spirits would live here and it was just a creepy, bad land. Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with the Badlands. However, I guess people that came here, they came and settled, they came and explored the area, they heard hoodoo rather than oodoo. Mm-hmm. And therefore, now these are the hoodoos. Yep. It just stuck, which is kind of a funny thing. And why are they like this? Well, of course, we know from our other national parks, all the pressures, the upwards, downwards, tectonic plates, the salt rising and lower, all that good stuff. Well, these are a little bit different. They're a little more intense. And the land is very soft, relatively. And so it's freezing and expanding. And so within the same day, you know, overnight it's going to freeze, and the same day it's going to thaw. Freeze, thaw, and it's going to loosen the soil and erode, right? Mm-hmm. And this will continue for millennia, right? But one interesting thing is that what will happen is that the next rainfall, it then carries that out. And so you do get arches here. There are arches, but there's also just these massive like castles. And it's a fascinating thing. So water erosion, water is just such a powerful thing. And you can see that, and you can see the slopes that they've created. And how wonderful is that? And you can see some arches kind of starting to form, but they don't seem to form as much here. Maybe it's a little softer here, I don't know. It is quite marvelous that, like all the rest of this, it's all ever changing. Now, you can actually see a little bit of an arch there. And they also create tunnels. I will say though, I think that, you know, Grand Canyon is impressive. And I think that the Grand Canyon is more impressive in my mind, having seen all of this as well. But I think if you just see the Grand Canyon, you're like, oh, cool, hole in the ground.
Yeah.
But the colors are just magnificent out here. Now we had to do a little asking, because this seems more popular than arches even.
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, it sounds like it's the proximity to Las Vegas.
Well, that and you're kind of close to the Grand Canyon, and people kind of come here quick from Zion.
Yeah, Zion must not be very far.
Yeah.
We haven't really planned all too much.
It's only 50 miles.
Now, this is the official sunrise point, and I can see why. Holy cow. Yeah, I could see why you'd. Man, oh man. That is something. Oh, you can even get down there. So we are going to hike, I think a big circle, it's about 3.8 miles, I think the ranger said. 360 views here. or at least 180-degree views. Oh, wow. Really cool. So this is a really nice visual example. You know, they might start like this landform, right? And then you start to get these little arches or holes, and then especially at 8,000 feet, the nightly temperatures fall below freezing. And then of course there's some more erosion, and then they eventually just smooth out. And that's, I mean, you just see that process here, and then the cycle repeats. All right, down we go here, which this is gonna be quite the hike back up. It's gonna be quite a hike back up, but yeah, it's got a good loop. And so there are many trails you can take, but they all seem to, for the most part, interconnect. There's no like one way. It doesn't seem. And so you can see one of the windows down there. How wonderful is that? Now, one interesting thing, this is not the only place in the world that there are hoodoos. No. But this is the highest concentration of them.
Right.
And boy, are they pretty. But yeah, different continents, you're gonna have these as well. It's yeah, it's really quite a landscape out here. But not only that, I mean, this is amazing for, you know, these, and like even where we're staying, like the drive-in is just gorgeous. Right. But this land is very fertile. There are prairies here. You have deer, elk, cougars, or mountain lions.
Mountain lions, yep.
And
depending on the elevation you're at, yeah.
It looks more 3D, right? Like
apparently the Utah prairie dog is native here.
Yeah.
And endangered.
Yeah, or they're threatened on the endangered species list. Chipmunks, it's quite interesting. They have certain pines that you only see here. Yeah, very, very cool thing to see. We've descended to the point that the hoodoos are also above us now. It's so interesting.
Well, and it's interesting because they form these like little like walls, like tiny, I can't remember what they called them, but they have like a wall, and then they erode down the middle to create the little points. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's a fascinatingly like, diverse landscape. It's not, you know, like compared to Quartzsite, for example, which I think is a beautiful area. Yeah. Not quite as diverse as this. I mean, there's just, and it's part of it is the elevation. Yeah. A lot of it is the elevation. But then you also have like the salt flats in Nevada. What is that area? The Playa? The Bonneville Salt Flats? You have the Bonneville Salt Flats. That's but then in Utah. In Nevada, they also have the Playa, where they do like Burning Man. And a lot of people think, well, there's nothing living out there, but it's actually not true. The ground lives. Well, yes, the ground lives, but there's an entire ecosystem. I actually have little shrimp, believe it or not, right? Because that also used to be a salt bed. There's a little shrimp that when it rains and it floods, the shrimp exists. And then the birds come in. There are a lot of birds there. Birds come in and that's what they feast on. And it's kind of a cool system that a lot of people, if you weren't there during a good flood, you would have no idea. Right. But yeah, everything's alive. It's so cool to learn about. I do not look forward to the climb back up because, yeah, big nope. Look at, we've descended quite a bit out here. Oh, there's a little. I think that the climb back up is a little more gradual. I hope so. These are impressive though. Now with them towering above you, they're even more impressive. And it's also quite impressive how these pines, you know, man, it's hard to get the proper scale of things. Man, it's almost like being on a whole other planet. Yeah, look at that. Learned my lesson. I maintain my duck. Whoa. It's just unreal, guys. Oh. If we had one piece of advice, don't do this in the summer. No. Oh, or you do it in the summer, do it early in the morning. Very early in the morning, yeah. Even if you're freezing, layer. But yeah, also bring a bunch of water. Yeah. That'd be a good idea. Oh. And this is kind of a cool dip. Whoa, look at those colors in here. This is a trip. I mean, oh, and look how green. I mean, the sky looks, it's just tree poking out up there. So stark, you know? Wow. A lot of blue jays, and I'm trying to see if we can spot them again. Blue jays are surprisingly abundant out here. Yeah. Along with, oh, there he is. There he is. Hi, buddy. Hopefully you guys can see him. Oh, that's cool. He must have a nest in there or something. Yeah, he's very interested in that spot. Oh, they're such beautiful birds. I'm sure somebody's like,
You know, them and cardinals are just so annoying. But the other thing they have in abundance out here, and I think yesterday I thought it might have been a crow and a hawk. Last night.
Raven and a hawk.
I think it was a raven, yes. And the reason the caw didn't sound as smooth, it sounded more crunchy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of the word. And it was definitely bigger. Ravens are bigger than crows. They're also, you know, crows are smart. Ravens are smarter.
Yeah.
Got more room for the brains, you know? And oh, what in the world? I don't know. I just think it's, I mean, the abundance of life here, not as the cool, you know, whereas I think Canyonlands felt more desolate almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was life. There was life there, but it's not like this. Like this is flourishing, you know?
Yeah.
And especially for being at 7,000 to 8,000 feet, and in some cases above, it's kind of surprising. Awesome. Yeah.
And it's like got such a juxtaposition of color and like dry desert and
There's
life.
Art everywhere you look to, which is kind of cool. All the, like this, it grabs onto the other tree. And you gotta wonder if that one's not using that tree as a way to stabilize itself in the winds. It would be neat to see. So they get a pretty good snow season here.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to see too. All of this snow-capped. Oh. That deep purple and orange and red and blue back there behind these gorgeous pines. That is a sight to behold. And then you look up there and I don't know, by this point you're probably getting sick of it. Long story short, it's beautiful out here.
It is beautiful out here. It smells wonderful too.
Yep, so Jeremy Hebert brought up smell-o-vision recently. I wish there was smell-o-vision here.
I feel like that someone's close to creating smell-o-vision at this point.
Oh, probably. I mean, yeah, look at that right out there. How, wow. Yeah, man. They're so saturated though, too. And being that they're backlit, it's sort of like it's sprinkles of light through the canyon. It really just gives it more dimension. These are quite the collection. They kind of remind me of candy canes in a way. Or
a little bit crumblier.
Like the rock candy things.
Yeah.
A little bit. Man. Except for this would all be orange flavor, which I'm not a fan. Wow, really something out here. Whoa. Hey, there's that rust oxidation. Wow. Almost looks like some place that, you know, some of these trees could be in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, although we are not too far either. Oh man. Great views from this trail.
Yeah.
Going up though is no joke. Like, we came down pretty steep and this is gradual, but it's almost.
It's a 440-foot gain now.
Yeah.
Either way.
I don't know, maybe it would have been better to go the other way because then you have all of the gain at once, really. Oh, man. Yeah, look at that. Well, this is a cool canyon. Nice and cool breeze in here too. Whoa, I'm sure people go up there. Huh. Yeah, what a trip. Falling rocks are more common on the next half mile of the trail than any other trail in the park. Yeah, look at that. Dude, that is nuts. Okay, looks like we had two paths, up there or up here.
No, I think we got just this one path.
You think so?
I think that's just a place people take pictures.
All right. Believe that? Nature put these stairs in. Mother Nature will provide. Oh boy. Whoa. Whoa. That's unreal. Are we in Star Wars? This feels like a Star Wars movie, doesn't it? For reference though, I was never a good tech nerd because I've never actually seen all the Star Wars. I fall asleep in every one. So, offensive comment of the day. Oh my God. She even put these beautiful, almost brick-shaped stones in our way. Nature is wonderful. Yeah, it's pretty steep right here. Gradual my ass. You know, this is probably the best gym one can think of. Oh.
Nature's gym.
According to the national park, also the most American gym there is. Oh boy. At least they're all switchbacks, right? Like, oh, whew. If you needed a reason to borrow one of those horses, this is it. Oh man, go hole in the wall. Oh, there's another one up there. Neat. Next time we take a horse, this. Somehow we made it. Oh man. Oh, look at that. Wall Street. Get out of here with that. We got jokes. Wow. Well, okay, it's probably straight up there, right?
That seems right, yep. We came from down there.
Yeah, that was quite the hike.
I don't know if I would call that moderate.
No, that last bit was definitely intense. Either end is intense. In the middle it's moderate.
Yeah, in the middle it is.
So yeah, I don't think the video does it justice. I mean, thankfully there are switchbacks, right? I mean, I guess if that is moderate, what is hard?
Right.
You know, I guess, are we talking technical? Like, okay, from this point forward, we're only doing easy hikes.
I think it has to do with elevation gain, actually.
Well, which is kind of crazy to me, but like, if you front load it, it probably is overall. That felt like more than 450. That was probably 550 feet.
Yeah.
That was nuts. But
we probably did at least 60 switchbacks.
I mean, it's cool. It's impressive. And then at the end, you're like, oh, wow, we did that. But
yeah,
it just doesn't look that bad from up here.
Right.
Oh, wow. I will say though, we have really been stepping it up in terms of our hike and hike quality.
Yeah. I'm not mad we did it.
I will say this. What is your favorite hike been so far? Because mine has been the Canyonlands.
I like the Canyonlands.
Easily the best. Then the second, I think, was actually the Arches hike, where we went through you go through those canyons, the rock slot canyons, you know, and then that was probably like the coolest. The Capitol Reef one was.
I think I would put this at third after those two.
It's this one better than Canyonland or Capitol Reef.
This one's better than Capitol Reef, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah.
But I like this one. See, I think I like this one as much as Arches, but not more than Canyonland.
Yeah. I don't know why the Needles area of Canyonland really has left quite the impression on us.
Yeah.
Quite the impression, so. I don't think this is a very long drive back in. We could probably cut through.
Do you want to go see the lodge?
Oh yeah, we might as well see the lodge. I believe after this we also have a short drive. It's not much, but I think it's really just a drive to the trailheads and whatnot. But kind of a Grand Canyon. I think they have a lodge there. Yellowstone has a beautiful lodge.
What I find interesting is that a lot of the railroads actually help create the parks and the lodges and things. Like,
they used to have one that went from the Grand Canyon to up here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see that it went to the Zion though.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's go check this out. Oh, and instead of blue, they've got green shingles here. Interesting. Man, oh man. This, whoa, it's beautiful. Oh, it smells so good in here. This would be a cool place, you know, for those that want to get married in a national park. This is great.
Cool. Yeah.
Look at this grand fireplace there. Wow, this is lovely. Oh, in the dark, beautiful wood. What kind of wall liner? I don't know what that is. At least a walnut stain, maybe. But
Yeah.
this is lovely. We also have a gift shop over there that's not run by the parks, but it's an independent, you know, concession.
It's run by the lodge, I think.
Yeah.
So it's different
Look
stuff.
at these chairs. That is beautiful. I love that. That is cool. Very like the colors that you would see out in the canyon. Oh, that's cool. And then, yeah, I think that's real wood. Wow. Cool. I don't know why it's so surprising to see like real wood and stuff anymore, right? Like we're so used to plastic.
When Joel says he wants a Southwest theme, this is what he means.
Yeah, I love this. What do you guys, you don't like those? You got wood, you got some kind of rich, sort of milk chocolate actually.
We did talk about doing
like
this
this
to our couch cushions, is wrapping the top part.
I like the gradient too. You just got to pick like a small like palette there. And yeah, there you go. Why not? This is fun. I like the pottery as well. We're not pottery people, but it's cool to look at. Some of those.
We don't do it with breakable things.
No, we don't do anything breakable as much as we can help it. Although look at that beautiful copper. That's cool. Well, we did step out though and get a little vase. It was a jug.
Yeah.
The cider jug.
Cider
So
jugs.
now it's a vase, and they got a dining room. Smells good. But then we put flamingo feathers in there. Another bit of art that really encompasses the different colors you'll see. Ooh, I like the kind of cow print going on there. And they've really dressed her up here. And look, I think this was one of the original
Windows.
Glass panes is kind of hard to tell, but you can see some of the distortion there. I love that. All right.
In 1947, Bryce Canyon welcomed 163,000 visitors, most traveling by personal automobile. In 2018, the number of visitors exceeded 2.6 million. So they're continually developing creative solutions to protect this landscape while making it available for all to experience and enjoy. So that's why they created this free shuttle service in 2000. 16 years later, the shared use path offers a new option for cyclists, pedestrians, and even cross-country skiers. Debates continue around the need for new parking lots, roads, trails, and the impact these would have on the natural environment.
Anyways, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but to think the juxtaposition of like over the course of like about 75 years now,
Yep.
70 years, the amount of visitors has gone from 146,000 to 2.6 million.
That's a lot.
Insane.
You know, the interesting thing, I would say almost 50% of the people on the trail, when we overheard them talking, at least 50%,
Yeah.
English was not the language they were speaking.
Yeah.
A lot of tourists from other countries. And this is, like they say in the video that we saw earlier, it's the most American thing you can do.
Yeah. Well, and we're actually here in like the off season technically, but during like the busy season, they have shuttles that come from Bryce Canyon City, and they encourage you to park your vehicle in Bryce Canyon City and take the shuttle buses in because they just don't have parking here. Yeah. For people like you would in other parks.
Well, and it's funny, like what do you do about it? And it's like, well, you make it timed entry, and it's like, oh, you know,
Right.
kind of a downer, but you got to do something, right? So open more national parks. Also, we were wrong. The road is actually more than 15 miles long, so we're gonna head about 15 miles out to Rainbow Point. It's supposed to be a really good overlook there, so while we're here, and especially since we have the truck unhooked, why not? It is such a varying landscape. We've got everything here.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And yeah, we are a good bit above 8,000 feet, it looks like.
We're climbing all the way to, I think, 9,200 feet.
Out there to the eye, that looks purple, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It's got a purple hue to it with a red and wow.
Yeah.
So interestingly, off in that direction, which I believe that's also the area that we're camping at, if I'm not mistaken, that is so much more orange.
Yeah.
But this kind of reminds me a little bit of like Flagstaff or, whoa, look at that.
Whoa, cool.
That's intense.
The camera won't do it justice until we're closer.
I don't think so.
Stop to see that on the way back, I think.
That is seriously saturated. That is so cool. There's snow down there.
Oh.
Yeah, a little snow down there. So
and right there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bring trailers this far. There was a sign that said no trailers.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a parking thing. It's not because of the road is too crazy, but
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the temperature's also dropped 10 degrees.
Yeah.
From what it was, or at least the truck is saying, from before we came up here. We're also, our fuel economy is dropping because we're higher in elevation now. The air is thinner. It's funny because we lower elevation, like 5,000 feet, we'll get 18.9 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Here we're at 16.2. I'm trying to feather it a little bit lighter. So. Yeah, there are a lot of good overlooks like this. And I am so glad they don't allow development of housing out here. They don't allow like big, huge skyscrapers and all that nonsense to ruin this beautiful area, this natural region. Oh, it's so great. I'm actually quite glad because some national parks aren't quite as far out from the city. You know, you still get a lot of city influence. Here, you really have the just that experience, I think. You know, man, look how rich that color is over to the right. That is wild. All right, Rainbow Point, elevation 9,115. Let's see what we've got here.
We are up here.
My expectations are pretty high.
Hopefully it's great.
For Rainbow Point.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's kind of like a whole wide area out here. Let's see. Oh, okay.
I might be able to take a picture of it. Oh, that's what we need, something like that. Yeah, that would save me.
Makes it a little easier. Does this meet your expectations?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think it doesn't, and I think it's because my expectations were pretty high, and we were really spoiled over there. And I think that like sunrise, sunset, this would just be amazing.
Yeah.
Insane. Although you gotta say, I mean, you got the greens, you got the blues, you got a little purple out there. You know, I don't know. It's pretty great. Oranges.
Let's walk down to the other end and see if it looks any different.
I mean, yeah, this is gorgeous. And look how like fertile that land is down there.
Around the curve here.
Really cool. All right, here's the other side. Oh yeah, you can see the snow and the whatnot down there. Yeah, you know, it's giving me some Grand Canyon vibes, which, you know, adds up, right? But, yeah, we were real spoiled on that hike over there, though.
Yeah.
I think. And dare I say, even the spot that we were camping in.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah. So I think the spot we're camping in right now, I got a little more color.
Yeah, definitely.
But I guess one of those things that if you're out here anyways, might as well check it out then.
It's definitely not a bad view.
No. But is it a rainbow view? I don't know.
I get why they call it rainbow.
I get it. But I bet this would just light up at sunrise, sunset.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's probably the best time to come see it.
All right. Agua Canyon, elevation 8800. Oh, see, that looks a little more, oh man, that's like an orange bowl there. Look at that. It looks a little more vivid, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder why the rock, like the top doesn't disintegrate as much as the middle does.
Maybe it doesn't hold as much water at the top.
Maybe, but look how many, like there's trees growing on top of it.
This one? Oh, there is, yeah. Oh. Huh. Agua Canyon. Well, it must be water down there, I'd imagine.
Probably snow melt.
Cool. There's a raven. We were just talking. Yeah, that's definitely what we heard yesterday. Oh my gosh, look how big he is.
It's a raven. That's a raven.
Oh. Oh yeah. Whoa.
That's cool.
Look at that. Now this should have been Rainbow Point. Yeah, I'm not crossing that, I'll tell you. Yeah, that is intense. That funny son of a gun. He knows what he's doing. Somebody will eventually feed him. Smart guy. People don't realize it. They can talk.
Don't feed the wildlife in national parks though.
Yeah, well, yeah, don't do that. Okay, whatever. But they can actually talk, much like parrots. Parrots are not the only talking birds. Parrots just are the prettiest talking
Joel
birds.
thinks he's a bird whisperer.
I'm not. And just like that, we are back.
Yep.
And man, oh man. I'm glad it's very warm here.
Yeah, it was chilly this morning, but it warmed up fast.
So yeah, I gotta say, I think I need to rearrange my selection of the national parks. Like if you have to go to one, Canyonlands for me still just, it hits differently, it's vast, it's impressive, it's much more, it's less populated, and it's just, it's not as like, oh, look at that, but it's like, whoa, just feel this around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that Arches is a strong second.
See, I agree Canyonlands is number one. I think Arches and Bryce Canyon are very close, 2-3, like very close. Arches taking the lead by just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely number 3, Bryce Canyon. And then, you know, not to dog on, you know, it's still a great national park.
Capitol Reef, I'm not disappointed. Like, I have not been disappointed by any of these national parks.
Capitol Reef, yeah.
But it is 4 of the 4 we've gone to.
Yes.
Of the mighty 5.
But I think that Zion, I feel like we've seen it all.
But
I feel like we've seen it all. What is Zion going to offer us? I don't know.
I don't know.
So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts?
I had a great day today. It was a lot of fun. Like, I haven't been disappointed by any of the parks. Like, we're ranking them, but I haven't been disappointed by any of them.
No.
I think it was cool to see. It's different than they're all different. They're all so different.
None of them you'd be like, why is this a national park?
Yeah. And I understand why they're all different national parks. Like, they're all very different. They're very cool to see individually and in their entirety, all 5 together.
Rainbow Point definitely didn't match up to its name so much as that the one arch.
The natural bridge, yeah.
Natural bridge, yeah. To me. That one was more of a rainbow to me. But
yeah.
Could be the time of the day though. So anywho, man, it's been great. We've just, we're having a great time. So anywho, thank you guys for watching. Let us know your favorite, like what should we expect from Zion? Leave a comment. Let us know your favorite. If you've been to these 5, what's your favorite one and why?
And I will leave with a recommendation that if you're coming out here to do these parks, this is the right time of year to do it. End of October, perfect time to do it.
Or spring.
Maybe spring.
Spring, yeah. Yeah, but summer I would not.
It'll be a lot more wet in the spring though, because you have a lot of snow melt.
Dude, it's already, like if you were gonna do a hike, it's already too hot.
Yeah.
Like
So,
right now, at least.
I think this is the perfect time to come to these national parks. And there's not as many people here either.
Absolutely. See you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.